they're going to Damon's instead. I'm like,
ball game with a 10-point lead with 1 quarter to play. It's don't lose the game mentality now.
1st and 16. And the handoff goes to Richie Anderson. Anderson's having a solid season and has the longest tenure of any Jet running back. Gain of 4, 2nd down coming up.
He's going to be important in this drive to keep the pressure off of Rick Mirer, who's 10 for 17, 126 yards. Solid day, 1 interception, but 1 touchdown. And I don't want to say don't lose the game. That's totally negative thinking. But there's room now for a mistake to be magnified. If he makes a mistake now, it really gets the Raiders back into the ball game, and it can be blamed directly on, say, an interception or a fumble by the quarterback.
Jets have scored on their last 2 possessions. 2nd down and 12. Handoff goes to Martin, shifting his way, swiveling his way up to the 32-yard line, picking up 4. It'll be 3rd down. Greg Biekert makes the stop.
4th quarter problems for the New York Jets with a 1-point lead over the Patriots, 4 points over Washington, 3 over the Indianapolis Colts. You see, they lost all those ball games. And last week, they had the chance to take the lead at the 3-yard line, chose to take a quick out throw to Keyshawn Johnson from Ray Lucas, who was intercepted and run all the way down the field by Jeff Burris of the Colts. Right now, Bill Parcells is getting the ball in the hands of Curtis Martin. Let the runners do it.
3rd and 8 from the 32. They got to get to the 40. Myers hit as he throws. Pass almost picked off. Incomplete. He was leveled by the blitzing cornerback, Darian Gordon, the former Denver Bronco. And that rush, that blitz, foiled the pass.
Keyshawn's short motion. The reason the motion is there so that he doesn't get disrupted with any bump and run. And then that little move to the outside. This is where the timing, where a quarter, watch him move to the outside. See a little nod? That's supposed to give him room. But Charles Woods is too quick. He anticipated the throw, and the defenders for the Oakland Raiders don't read the receivers. They read through to the quarterback. They can see the throw coming.
2 for the punt to the number 5 punt returner in the NFL, Darian Gordon. There goes a flag, and Gordon works his way up to the 36-yard line. Hudson, the guy who snapped the ball to Tupa, makes the tackle, 46-yard punt, and it's a penalty, the 1st of the day against the Oakland Raiders.
And it'll be Charles Mincy pushing from behind on the punt return. Didn't quite get his head in front.
During the return, holding number 85 in the return team. 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
Now the Raiders, scoring the last time they had it, wind it up and try to cook something up with Coach John Gruden.
On what?
Slowly back to the huddle.
Welcome back to Oakland, where the Jets are on top of the Oakland Raiders 2010. Kevin Harlan alongside Sam White. Momentum changing here, do you think?
You can feel it changing. The Oakland Raiders are going to get the ball 3, maybe 4 more times in this ballgame. They need 2 scores to take the lead or to tie.
On 1st and 10, the pass thrown outside to Mickens. Reserve wide receiver, picks up 5. Gannon on the money. Upcoming 2nd down and 5.
You know, right now with 13 minutes left to go in the ball game, the key for the Oakland Raiders is to keep the tempo up. They can't be wasting time between plays, but once they have called a play and they run a play, they still have the option of run and pass. They don't have to get quickly out of bounds every time and maybe lose some of the yardage that they might gain. They are not in that 2-minute mode yet.
2nd down and 5. Great time for Gannon. Here comes the rush. It's by Pleasant, winds up and throws, passes snared at the 41-yard line by Tim Brown, a 19-yard gain. Gannon bought himself some great time with his footwork in the backfield.
As he's done all day long. Tim Brown, remember earlier in the ball game we pointed out that he was not getting open for his quarterback. Now his quarterback's scrambling. Watch him plant, 5 to the open spot, and there's the completion. You've got to settle in an open zone. If you can look back and see your quarterback and nobody's standing between you and the quarterback, it's the same from his view, and he has a lane to throw the ball to you.
8 catches today for Brown from the 40-yard line. 1st and 10. Wheatley is injured, so Kaufman is in, and there goes Gannon to throw. Right through the hands of Napoleon Kaufman. Not the first drop we've seen today by a Raider receiver either.
Well, it's been Tyrone Wheatley up to this point more times than not. That's the 4th drop today by the Oakland Raiders. That combined with turnovers, and you find yourself down by 10 in the fourth quarter. Again, keep the tempo up if you're an Oakland Raider football player. Now the clock is stopped now with the incompleted pass, but you've got to hustle back. If you're losing 3 or 4 or 5 seconds between each play because you're not huddling quickly, it'll amount to 1 or 2 plays at the end of the game.
Second down and 10 from the 40. Blitz is on. Gannon hit and brought down by Stoutmire. Threw the ball away, but they'll rule him down. Back at about the 31-yard line. That's the second sack of Gannon this afternoon.
They bring 2 people right up the chute. You're going to see them coming right through here. Watch them enter the frame. There they come. There, both guys are coming clean through. Nobody touched him at all. Was Omar Stoutmire, who's playing in place of Steve Atwater today.
Atwater back home in New York with the hamstring injury. They picked this kid up 2 weeks ago after he was let go by Cleveland. Before that with Dallas. And he has played pretty well. Played well last week against the Colts.
A position like that, you move in faster and play quicker than you can say at a wide receiver in an offensive line position, for example.
Third down and 18 from the 32. Gannon again, rushed with time, throws a pass right on the money, caught by James Jett at the 45-yard line. We know he can run deep, but Fred Biletnikoff, the receiver coach, has been working with him on those kind of routes right there.
Speaking of Biletnikoff, looks like Daryle Lamonica or Jim Plunkett throwing the ball down the field to Biletnikoff. Deep to the inside. Marcus Coleman had outside position. It was his own defense. With a defensive coverage like that, it comes down to protection. Give him time to throw, he'll complete the pass.
So Parcells' defense gives up 23 yards on 3rd and 18. On the Jet 45, first and 10 to fake to Jordan. Jason Ferguson can't get the quarterback. And there's the pass caught by the tight end Ricky Donnelly. Lumbering his way to the 26. A gain of 19. Dwayne Gordon brings him down.
At the end of this play, Dwayne Gordon tries to create a fumble. The completion is already made. Watch it there. Watch Dwayne Gordon's right arm. Watch him right there, trying to strip the ball loose. The ball was shifted to the left hand, and Dudley doesn't fumble. Big gain for the Raiders.
Tight end has become more important, it seems, over the last couple weeks for the Raiders.
Well, the tight end is a position that not only is it a blocking back kind of a position, fullback position, but it is an easy throw for the quarterback, usually a short throw.
7th play of the drive, first and 10 pass is caught for another first down, or so it would appear, at the 15-yard line of the Jets. This one brought in by Terry Mickens, who John Gruden used to coach up in Green Bay as an assistant under Mike Holmgren.
Here's Mickens going up the field, this time to the right side of the field. On the last play, it was to the left side of the field. They've thrown across the field. Good mix of the passing game. They're not really in a 2-minute mode, but they're getting big chunks of yardage. The passing game is what's working.
Well, and you're talking about tempo, and you see a lot of tempo in the offense now.
Well, when you're moving the ball like this, it creates the tempo. The adrenaline starts to flow. Gannon 5 for 6 on this drive.
On the Jet 15, first and 10. Play action again. Rushes on. There goes Gannon. Here comes Lewis, the linebacker, chasing Gannon. Incomplete. Rick Lyle was on his heels as well. He was looking for the fullback Ritchie in the end zone. Second down and 10.
There's no doubt that the New York Jets have done a better job defending the pass when they get pressure on the quarterback versus defending the pass routes. When they've dropped back into the defensive zone, Bill Belichick, of course, can go either way. When they've dropped back, the Oakland Raiders have found the open man. The protection's been good enough. But when the Jets come after the quarterback, there's not enough time to get open down the field for the Raiders.
Second down and 10.
I think you were looking at another
Timeout,
blitz right
Jets.
then, too.
Jets burn their first timeout of the second half. Raiders have all 3. Bill Parcells, who has seen his Jet defense keeping opponents from scoring 2 touchdowns for 3 weeks in a row. Colts had 1, Jacksonville 1, Denver 1. Oakland's moving in again.
Is sponsored by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Burger King. And by Chevrolet Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Can the New York Jet defense hold with a second down and 10 from the Jet 15? Last 2 times in the red zone, Raiders have kicked the field goal and fumbled. What do they do here? Good block. A pass by Gannon. Caught by Brown. Shy of the first down. Near the 11-yard line. A gain of 9.
Watch Victor Green come straight up the middle, right in the face of Rich Gannon. Everybody's picked up, but he comes out of the safety. The ball has to be thrown right where it is. Here's Green coming straight up the chute. Beautiful pass by Rich Gannon. Good concentration again by Tim Brown, getting out of bounds as well as completing the pass, leaving him 3rd and short.
Zach Crockett has come in, 3rd down and 1. Crockett the call. He usually gets the call. And he pile drives his way for a 1st down to the 2. 1st and goal to go, the Raiders, who are buzzsawing through the Jet defense.
And remember, the Oakland Raiders need a touchdown and a field goal to tie. They're going just off the right side here. But this was a 1st down, and now you continue for your touchdown. If you don't make it, you go ahead and kick that field goal and get yourself back in it. 8.5 minutes to go. Tempo is important. You've still got time to make those 2 scores happen.
11th play of the drive. Crockett again, piercing his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders.
We have a game, Kevin.
We do indeed.
Same play as the 1st down or 3rd down call a moment ago. Go right over Barrett Robbins. Gennaro DiNapoli. Both hands on the ball for Zach Crockett. Barrett Robbins as good a center as there is playing in the National Football League today.
In a long line of great centers here with the Raiders.
Absolutely. Saw Jim Otto down on the field before the game.
Michael Houston on the Air Goose hold. 8:23 to play in the game. The New York Jets, who led 20-3, have seen the Raiders score 14 unanswered points. It's a 3-point ball game.
Than a calf and a...
Kevin Harlan and Sam Weish back in Oakland. The Jets, who led 20-3, have relinquished 2 touchdowns to the Raiders. 3-point game, and the ensuing kickoff by Houston. Taken in the end zone by Dwight Stone. Out of block, cuts outside. He's being chased by Mincy and Houston, who makes the grab at the 38-yard line on a 38-yard return. Monday on CBS, imagine your sister-in-law just became a nun. Well, it just happened to Ray. Find out how far he's going to go to clean up his act. It's a heavenly, all-new, everybody loves Raymond. Monday on CBS, America's most watched network.
There is no way Ray Romano has a halo of his head.
How about his confidence, and what kind of pressure is he under?
You know, I said when he was 10 points down with 1 quarter to go, pressure was up. It's doubled now with a 3-point lead. They have not gotten the ball to Keyshawn Johnson in the entire 2nd half.
On the 37, there's a block by Thomas, and Johnson tried to block him away, but Woodson came through. A Heisman Trophy winner at Michigan in '97, Pro Bowler in the NFL last year as a rookie.
It's going to be a toss. Now ball handling is as important as throwing the football. Easy possession type handling the ball to your key guy, that being, of course, Curtis Martin. And I'm sure Bill Parcells reminded Rick Myers, stay under the center. He's already fumbled 1 exchange from the center. Don't pull away early. Let me mention one more time. They've thrown the ball only once to Keyshawn Johnson in the 2nd half. No completion.
2nd down 11 from the 36. Handoff goes with nowhere to run. Coming through, linebacker Richard Harvey devours the running back Curtis Martin. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And Parcells can't find anything to inoculate himself against a rugged Raider defense all of a sudden.
Pressure up the field from the defensive line, and then Richard Harvey, who had that gap, square-shouldered. That's exactly how you teach young football players to tackle. Bend your knees, uncoil, and explode through the ball carrier.
This stadium is rocking. 3rd and 15. From the Jet 31. Great time for Meyer, out to Bernie Parma. He's got to get to the 46. He is doused at the 39. Tackled on the play by Greg Biekert. A gain of 7 when he needed about 14. So they got to punt the ball, and the Raider defense plays well.
The Raider defense was happy to give up 5 or 6, 8 yards that time as long as they forced the punt. Just get the ball back in the hands of the offense.
Second consecutive 3-and-out for Parcells and his Jets. Tupa to punt, and Darian Gordon will be back. That's the best average returning punts in the history of the NFL. But this one will die and lie in front of him at the 21-yard line. Tupa's punt wobbles 40 yards. Gannon and the Raiders red hot right now and down by 3 with 6:02 to play.
GM Pictures. The wait is over. The world is yours. The world is not enough. Rated PG-13.
Kevin Harlan and Sam Wyche in Oakland, where the Raiders have come back with 14 unanswered points. A 23 lead for the Jets has evaporated. It's 2017. Gannon tossing it across the middle, caught by the speed merchant Jet, dancing his way, and then finally brought down, tackled by Victor Green, the leading tackler on the Jets. Gain of 14.
We mentioned earlier about the fourth quarter woes of the New York Jets. Here it is one more time. Against New England, Washington, and Indianapolis, they had 1, 4, and 3-point leads, lost all the ball games, and now they find themselves in a position of defending a 3-point lead. About the 30-yard line is field goal range for the Oakland Raiders.
35-yard line, 1st and 10. Fake end around, handoff goes to Kaufman. He picks up 3 yards, trying to dash his way in between defenders. 2nd down and 7 coming up for John Gruden, who says that he was hooked on coaching by his dad, who was a coach at one time, and also by listening to a pregame talk given by Indiana Hoosier coach Bobby Knight when he was 9 years old.
He's living in Newcastle, Indiana, and his brother Jay is the head coach of the Orlando Predators of the Arena Football League.
2nd down and 7 to go. Those of you waiting to see 60 minutes, it'll follow this game except on the West Coast. Jet is in motion. Here comes the blitz. The pass is intercepted by Aaron Glenn. It is the 4th Raider turnover today. Glenn's 2nd pick of the year. And Rich Gannon throws his 5th interception of the season.
Tim Brown now coming across the middle. Underneath, this is called trail technique by the cover man, Aaron Glenn. He turns around, the ball is thrown unwisely. The ball just should not have been thrown. The receiver was not open. When you get that trail technique, what you try to do is come inside and then slide back out once the defender looks in. But the defender was looking for that one all the way. Good play by Aaron Glenn. Poor throw that time by Rich Gannon, who has really made a comeback for this team. And they're still not out of it. Plenty of time left.
And they've got all their timeouts. Jets have 2. But look where New York is, on the 45-yard line of the Raiders at the 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Martin. And brought down by Lance Johnstone.
Now, Kevin, I'd be surprised if they don't try to keep the ball on the ground here. Remember last week, put the ball up on the +3-yard line. It ended up backfiring on him. He's got a quarterback whose confidence has to be better than it was when he entered this ball game, but still, the strong suit is wearing number 28, Curtis Martin.
2nd down and 10 from the 45-yard line for the Jets in Raider territory.
Quarterback draw.
Empty backfield. Meyer throws to Keyshawn Johnson, his 2nd catch of the 2nd half. Beaker with the tackle.
This is really virtually the same kind of a throw that was intercepted last week. To Keyshawn Johnson, short, quick out of the flat. The difference here is they're at the midfield area, so there's a deep threat. Down in the goal line, of course, is not the coverage is tighter. I give Bill Parcells some credit, though. I guess that was a gutsy call. If that was picked off, the same kind of throw as last week, he really would be in some pressure from the New York media.
3rd down and 4 from the 39. Empty backfield. 5 wide receivers deployed. And they blow that one dead in mid-motion. Movement on the part of the Jets.
prior to the snap. False start on the center. Offense, illegal snap, 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
It's Mawai. Coming up next, except on the West Coast, 60 Minutes, has Ed Bradley talking to Bill Bradley on why he wants to be president. 60 Minutes tonight, and no, son, you are not a backup quarterback for the Bengals. It is not 1968. We do have the Raiders hosting the Jets, but Heidi will not follow this game.
Oh, another break. Some more good news.
Third down and 9. A block by Elliott. Meyer throws. What a catch and what a pass. Keyshawn Johnson grabbing it at the 25-yard line. A pickup of 19 yards on 3rd and 9 for the Jets.
Keyshawn Johnson, you see him in the inside. Now he's going to break back across the middle. Zone coverage. Look at all the defenders looking back inside. Coverage underneath by the linebackers. You can see Rich Harvey there. Ball's going to be thrown inside of him or just over his head. Bill Parcells told us the best players at their position, that's one of them, Keyshawn Johnson, Tom Tupa, the punter, and, of course, Cox, the linebacker, playing well on defense.
Seattle beating up on Buffalo. First down and 10. There goes a flag, and handoff for minimal yardage to Curtis Martin. Colts won today. They're 4-2. They beat the Jets last week. St. Louis, the only unbeaten team in the NFL at 6-0. This penalty is against New York. Vikings with Jeff George, the ex-Raiders starter, beating San Francisco. And Detroit handing George Seifert a loss in Carolina.
Illegal shift on the offense. 2 men moving at the same time. The penalty is declined. Second down.
Buffalo coming back. Now it's a 10-point game. I see they scored late, the Bills. Here it's 2017. The Jets, who at one time led 20-3. Now their lead is 3.
Now they got to eliminate mistakes. The reason that play wasn't stopped, both men were moving. It could have been a shift. There was an illegal motion forward prior to the snap. That would have stopped it to save a few seconds on the clock as well.
Second down and 15 from the Raider 30. Martin gets the pitch. Mawai on the pull. He gets a block from Mawai and hurdles the defender, landing at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Greg Biekert came up with the hit, and they had to get down to the 15-yard line. Timeout taken by the Raiders. That is their first of the second half, so they have 2 and the Jets have 2 timeouts remaining. Tonight on CBS, Ed Bradley and Bill Bradley on why he wants to be president. A powerful all-new Touched by an Angel, followed by the CBS Sunday night movie, The Soul Collector. All tonight on CBS.
This time, Bill Parcells chose to go to that little toss, which is a safe play. Ball handling is simple for everyone. He's actually gone to the well more times than I would have thought he would do, throwing the ball down the field, throwing the ball to the outside, knowing that Rick Mirer has to be feeling a little bit of pressure. But I think he has looked at Rick Mirer on the sideline, looked him in the eye, and sees that this guy's ready to play, that he can perform. And you do that one-on-one as a coach.
Jets at the Raider 22. They've got to get to the 15. Third down and 7. This is a huge defensive play for the Oakland Raiders.
Remember, John Hall has missed 1 kick on grass every game he's ever played in the pros. If they put him in that situation here.
Quarterback draw, and all Meyer does is stutter step his way and eat the ball at the 26. Almost looked like he was trying to run it out. And it's a 2-10. And I believe the Raiders have taken a timeout, although no signal has come from the field. They take us down to the 2-minute warning. The Raiders, in fact, were trying to beat the 2-minute warning. That's where we stand. Both teams with 2 timeouts. 2-minute warning. Jets by 3.
Delivery.
The game is not on the line with his field goal, but he changes his strategy. If he makes it, the Raiders have to score a touchdown. If he doesn't, a field goal ties it. He has missed, John Hall, 1 field goal on grass as every time he's tried it as an NFL player. He's 2 for 2 today.
43-yard try. The hold by Tupa. The kick is up, and the kick is good. A career first for John Hall. 3 of 3 kicking today on grass, and his longest on grass in his career. And it couldn't have come at a better time.
And this is good news for the New York Jets, who switch to grass next year at the Meadowlands. They'll be kicking it home 8 more times this season.
That was perfect.
A big kick, pressure kick for John Hall, who I'm sure has heard from folks around town that he has missed so many on the grass, and he's been perfect today, 3 for 3.
Now let's look ahead to the Raiders. They're down by 6. They'll have 1:55 now, so about 1:45 remaining when they take over.
And 2 timeouts remaining as well on both sides. New York and Oakland have 2 timeouts apiece. That kick did not decide the ball game. It just decided the strategy of the remainder of the game.
And that means a field goal is no use to the Raiders.
It's 4 down territory from the get-go. And you see both coaches, John Gruden on this side, getting his team ready for the 2-minute offense. Bill Parcells on the other side talking to Bill Belichick as to how they want to defend the 2-minute.
How do you prepare during the week as a coach for situations like this?
Every week you've got a period during practice where you drill and you say there's a minute 50 left or a minute 45 left, 1 or 2 timeouts. You move the situations around and you try to create the rehearsal of a situation exactly like this.
Hoffman getting it from Hall at about the 1. With the wedge and a block, and down he goes with a flag thrown as well at the 20-yard line. Finally tackled on the play by Corey Sawyer, number 29.
This will be holding against the Raiders. So everything went wrong on that kickoff from the Raiders' standpoint.
Who had gone unpenalized deep into the game.
Second penalty today for the Raiders. Both were on special teams. Both have been on special teams.
During the return, number 85, holding on the return team, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Wide receiver Terry Mickens. New England's prized pupil linebacker Andy Katzenmoyer is already off to a great start. See his history on NFL.com. Well, let's see what John Gruden has dreamed up here.
Just everyone knows this, but out of bounds stops the clock. If there's an instant replay issue, it will be decided in the booth. There are no more appeals from the sideline.
Good point from the 10. First and 10. Down the middle it goes. Caught by running back Randy Jordan. If we're going to put together a drive, it's got to be a riveting drive. It's got to move. That picks up 9 right there. 2nd down and 1. Raiders with 2 timeouts. Jets with 2 as well. 4 wide receivers for Gannon from his 19. With blocking right on the money again. This one dropped. 5 Raider dropped passes today. This to the twisting and turning Jordan.
That would have been a big catch for Randy Jordan. Ball was thrown in behind him a little bit, but it was a quick throw. It used up some time, but it didn't use up a lot of time, and that's what they've got to do. If they're going to keep the clock running, get up to the line, get the ball snapped as quick as possible. This is a rehearsal right now. They've been through this 1,000 times from training camp, rehearsing what kinds of plays they're going to call, and defensively the same for the Jets.
4th down and 1 from the 19. Gannon with time, pump fakes, runs outside, chased by Cox, chased by Lewis, throws it away. He had no alternative.
He could have thrown it earlier and maybe gotten the first down. It looked like he had an open receiver, but now they're in a 4th down. We said from the beginning, this was 4 down territory from the beginning. 4th down and 1. Now they have to get the first down, so this opens up the running game on this snap.
Executive producers of the NFL on CBS, Sean McManus and Terry Ewert. Coordinating director of the NFL on CBS, Larry Cavallina. Today's game produced by Bob Dekas. Today's game directed by Dick Klein. And our senior producer of the NFL today, Eric Mann. Pat McGrath has been our statistician.
Plays like this where the will to win comes into play.
4th and 1 from the 19. Outside, the catch made for a first down to Tim Brown, and there he goes. Aaron Glenn shoved him out of bounds at the 36, a gain of 17. Clock is stopped at 1:13.
Here's Brown, just quick to the outside. The quarterback moved out of the pocket. You saw the little bit of a pick that time by James Jett to the inside. You'll get away with it as long as you're looking back to the quarterback as if trying to find the ball. But there's no doubt about that. That's a little bit of a pick play.
Captivating performance today by Tim Brown. 10 receptions, 154 yards, including a touchdown. 1st and 10 for Gannon. Moving up, Cox has him. Spinning away is Gannon. The throw incomplete. Threw it away. How he got away, I do not know. But he did, and it's 2nd down and 10.
Rich Gannon is 6'3", 210 pounds. Brian Cox is a little bigger, 6'4", 250, and I'm guessing a lot stronger.
Gannon so slippery on this play.
Watch right here, though. Just coming away with it and getting the ball up and getting the ball out of bounds. You know, you can throw the ball like that off balance and lay it up for an easy interception. He got it well out of bounds.
2nd down and 10 from the 36. Each team with 2 timeouts. Raiders down by 3.
It's 5-man rush.
Good time. There's the throw on the money to Jet. Another Raider dropped 6 today. 6 drop passes by Raider receivers.
Marcus Coleman for the New York Jets was in the area, tight coverage, but James Jett should have held on to that football. There was no serious contact. 60 minutes coming up right after our ball game. You see John Gruden is still calling the plays from the sideline when they go back in the huddle. When they're in the true 2-minute, when they don't have a huddle, the quarterback takes over on the field.
3rd and 10 from the 36. 4 receivers platoon. The Jets bring 4 rushers. All blocked well. There's the pass. Caught by Mickens at the Jet 41-yard line. A gain of 23. Ray Mickens tackled Terry Mickens. No relation. And a timeout taken. The Oakland Raiders have 1 left.
Solid protection. What the Jets did, look right here, the coverage. It looked like that Mo Lewis was going to rush. Instead, he dropped back into coverage. They're showing a 5-man rush, and one guy is falling off. That one left the open area. There comes right up the chute. He's just going to drop into the middle. Protection holds up. Rich Gannon having a good day when he has time to throw it. And quickly, they call the timeout. Rich Gannon turned right to the referee. A veteran quarterback won't chase the ball down. He won't run all the way to where the tackle's made. He turns right to the referee standing beside him, calls timeout.
Plenty of time left as well.
It would have been a different ball game had the field goal been missed or had the Raiders been able to keep them out of field goal range. So that last field goal has played a major role in the outcome of this game. 52 seconds left. Gruden and his Raiders have it 1st down and 10 at the 41-yard line of the Jets. Raiders took over at their own 10 with 1:55 to play. So this is the 8th play of the Oakland drive. Blitz is on. Picked up, going deep, looking down the sideline. It is dropped, incomplete. Looking for the Olympic gold medalist, Jet, covered by Marcus Coleman. The Raiders expected, look at this, they've got 2 blockers in the backfield. They expected the blitz. They got it. 1-on-1 down the field. Just catch the ball. Actually, let's give some credit right here to Marcus Coleman. I think he gets a hand. He does.
Oh, he does.
Gets a hand right on it at the last second.
Great play by Coleman.
Strategy against strategy. Raiders expected the blitz. They got it. Coleman makes the big play for the Jets. 2nd down and 10. Blitz is on. Here comes Stoutmeyer. The floating pass caught by Brown. Makes a move inside the 5. A 36-yard completion to Tim Brown. Tim Brown against Aaron Glenn. A little bit of a crossing pattern underneath. A gently thrown ball with a lot of pressure on Rich Gannon. And then Tim Brown, nice little move to cost Aaron Glenn his footing. Almost ran it in for the touchdown. Yeah, seductive fake on Glenn. Pushed out of bounds by Green. 1st and goal at the 5. Raiders have 1 timeout left. Brown is in motion. Crockett is open. Crockett has the pass. Oh, he dropped it! The 7th drop pass by a Raider receiver today. Incredible. Absolutely indescribable. Crockett is coming out of the backfield. Number 32 in the flat. Wide open. No excuses. That ball could be like a balloon when it gets that. When you're that open and the ball's laying up that pretty, it's like trying to catch a balloon. It just pops away from you. You've got to open your hands and let the ball come to you. 7 drops. 2nd down, goal at the 5. Jet is on the move. Gannon rolling. Here comes the rush. Gets away from Lewis. Gets away from Ferguson to the end zone. Caught for a touchdown. James Jett. The Oakland Raiders have come back to tie.
for an extra point by Michael Houston. The hold by Aragus. The snap by Adam True. And the Raiders lead the Jets 24-23 after the Jets led this game 20-3.
What's that phrase about on any given Sunday? James Jett, one-on-one with Marcus Coleman. Here he goes up the field. Rich Gannon is the key to this. He keeps the ball alive long enough for James Jett to scramble loose. Marcus Coleman has played a terrific ball game, and he's really all over this coverage right here. Rolling to his right to buy time. Here comes the pressure from the inside from Mo Lewis. He gets away. Not enough pressure that time. And James Jett makes a terrific catch also because Marcus Coleman's right there.
Coleman just about had it. You're exactly right. 42. How Gannon stayed alive and nimbly moved around and got it by Coleman, slipped it by Coleman, is terrific.
Oh boy, just enjoy this one. That's just pure athletic ability. That one is not designed. John Gruden watching this whole thing unfold and knows that his players, I mentioned the will to win, that was the will to win. That's not a design play. That's guys making something happen when they have to.
Here's the kickoff, the line drive. Soule picked it up and flips it back to Dwight Stone, who is tackled by reserve running back Jermaine Williams. Raiders on top by 1. Jets have 2 timeouts. They're at their 20-yard line.
I'll tell you this, it's too early to celebrate. With 2 timeouts and 19 seconds left, a field goal still wins this ball game.
Now lines up in the gun, 4 receivers platoon, 1st and 10. Great time. Down the middle, intercepted. That'll seal it for the Raiders. Picked off by reserve defensive back Marquise Walker. His first of the year, 11 seconds remain. Raiders have the ball and perhaps the game.
It's now time to celebrate. Rick Mirer with plenty of time, 3-man rush. Everything's more of a desperation pass now. Just tries to see if the receiver at the other end can make something happen and underthrows it. Good coverage that time all the way down the field. The Raiders decide to defend rather than rush, and it pays off. Underthrown pass and no help from the receiver. He just can't quite get back to it fast enough to knock it away. Wayne Chrebet, watch, he's running away from the ball. He can't change directions quick enough once he sees it coming. Anthony Newton, or it's not, Marquise Walker is right there.
The New York Jets have blown their fourth quarter lead this year. They've let slip 4 fourth quarter leads this season. The Raiders win it in a riveting end. For Sam Weish, Kevin Harlan saying so long. The Jets lose to the Raiders 24-23. The Jets now fall to 1-6. The Raiders go to 4-3.
While roaming the street.